The presidents of the museum come and go, and the curators come and go, volunteers come and go, but the collections are permanent here. They stay. They outlast all of us. And so this little museum got to be known internationally because of our research and the work that we did here. And so I just told them, I said, I've got stuff here in the collection that you guys don't have. I said, I'd just as soon leave my collection to the Smithsonian so I know it would be in good hands. And he said, whoa, let's do it. And so I'm sure they're anxious to have me die so they can get their hands on it, but kind of, yeah. Well, my name is Ron Huber, and I'm a volunteer curator here in the insect collection. So I like to say that I'm an amateur naturalist. I am especially interested in tiger beetles and something called clearwing borer moths, which I've started pheromone trapping in my backyard, and I've got 3 new state records already right in my own Bloomington backyard. So my career was with Burlington Northern Railway, and then I took early retirement, and well, I don't have as much free time as I thought I would have in my retirement, but I'm still going at it. Getting back to something you mentioned earlier about first discovering something, getting that adrenaline rush. I was bird watching and looking for tiger beetles up in northern Minnesota, and I had a big old butterfly net because my brother wanted me to collect some butterflies for him. He had a little butterfly collection. So I collected a couple butterflies, and what the heck are these? So I got them home and I mounted them up, looked them up in the literature, and one of them was called a red-disked alpine. And the only known U.S. record was Itasca State Park in 1936. And I thought, whoa. So not knowing anything about butterflies, I went back 1 month later thinking I would find that. And of course, they'd laid their eggs and they were gone. But this orange thing came by that kind of looked like a viceroy, but not quite. And when it landed and folded its wings, I could see the underside would look like gray lichens. And so it was camouflage when it tipped sideways. So I thought, I've never seen anything like that. So I caught that and went home, mounted it up. McCoon's Arctic, 1 U.S. record, Isle Royal, 1942. Plus I saw another red-disked alpine. And I said, stop, I gotta get these. And since then we found like 3 other first United States records up in the boreal forest in Minnesota because nobody's up there collecting them. And I called up my brother and said, guess what? From now on, I'm collecting for me. You're on your own. There's so much to be discovered in northern Minnesota that has not been touched. So I've had a couple things named after me, and I've named a few things, but it's all part of the work, part of the game, yeah. It's a challenge, but it's a fun challenge, and that's the part I like. I think it's great that the kids are excited about it. I don't like to see them running around with their little pokey doodles. I think they can go online and find some neat stuff too if they want to. So I think there's nature programs, and none of that existed when I was a kid, so I'm glad to see that. And it's heartening to see that they've got that interest in something that otherwise you'd just step on. Everything out there just kind of makes you alive and wakes you up, and you just really get motivated to, run around and chase things and observe things. That's why I get kind of excited when the kids get all enthused when they come in here, because I think, get those little kids out there with their nets someday, and they'll get into some little corner where nobody's been before, and they'll find something we didn't know existed here, and we want somebody there to document those. My original perspective was, I want to learn what's out there. I want to go out and find them. I want to learn where they're found, what time of the year they're found. I want to learn as much about them as I can, and make little range maps and stuff. I really like being outside. I like being out hiking in the woods. I like being out in the prairies. Maybe you might end up being a volunteer like me and, really enjoying the heck out of it, but just not getting any pay for it. So, hey, yeah. My grandmother grew up during the Depression, and I would be telling her about my excursions out there, and she'd say, you travel up to the Canadian border and back and spend all that money, and you get reimbursed or paid for that? And I said, no. She said, well, why on earth do you do it? And I said, because I like it. And that was the end of the conversation. Poor Grandma had no comeback for that. So, yeah, I just don't want to quit. Just want to keep going. Yeah, I'm an 82-year-old kid. That's what can I say?